so in love with you.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and today we're going to go over all of the updated information about new construction and new home prices, inventory starts, and overall what are new home builders doing right now to be able to even sell their houses. Now, this is very important to pay attention to, because what's happening with new construction leads what's going to happen with resale homes. And essentially the neighborhoods, resale neighborhoods that are surrounding new construction developments are going to be hit the hardest. And for the first time in a very long time, I believe going back to 2005 or 2006, the median sales price for new homes on a nationwide average is now lower, you guys. Somehow it is already lower than resale. Despite these 52-year highs on the stocks of all these new home builders, when you look closely at their numbers, we can see clearly that, again, the way that they're doing this is by offering ridiculous, outrageous buying incentives. And the crazy thing is even in the face of all of these amazing buying incentives, they couldn't even sustain home values. In fact, if we just look at new home prices, we can see that prices continuously declined. And for me, putting all of this information together and packaging up this presentation, if you guys can, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, shoot me a comment below, hit notifications, and I would greatly appreciate it. But let's get started now. And the first thing I want to do before we go into the charts is I want to show you what Lennar is offering right now, at least in the Texas area. You guys, Lennar is offering, as you can see here, a 4.25% fixed rate and up to $10,000 back in closing costs. The reason I'm showing you guys this, resale homeowners cannot compete with new homes. Essentially, they're offering an interest rate 2 to 3 percentage points below what a normal person can get in the resale market. And that equates to a $600 to $700 a month decline in payment. In other words, outrageous buying incentives. But the reality is, you guys, there's not enough home buying demand to continue to prop up the prices. And what we're starting to see, and this was within the last 4 days, is new home builders are slashing their prices across the board. And that starts in Texas, and it generally starts with Lennar. Lennar usually leads the home price cuts for new home builds. So let's see what Lennar is doing. So we'll go to the map, I'll select Houston, and let's see what comes up. Boom, look at this, you guys. Look at to the left side. Let me move my picture over so you can see right to the left of me. I'm just gonna go down this list. You can see price cuts. And again, this wasn't here last week. These price cuts are fresh. Look at that, all price cuts. Look at that, you guys. Now they're just starting, but look at how many price cuts. This just happened. This is an absolutely beautiful thing. And let me show you guys what's happening in other metro areas. So here we have Austin, and look at these price cuts, you guys. This is an insane price cut. This first price cut is $220,000. There's a $220,000 price cut, which is over what, 25% right now in Austin. That's right, you guys. Right now. And actually, this is probably within the last 24 hours because I don't remember seeing that. And look at this price cut right here, over $100,000. Look at another one over $100,000. Look at that. These price cuts are crazy, you guys, and that's in Austin. Let's look at San Antonio and see what's going on there. So here's San Antonio, a little bit lower price point. I mean, look at these tiny houses, a lot of money price per square foot. I'm going to stay away from tiny houses, but look, a $12,000 price cut for a tiny house. That's about 9% price cut. This is insane. Let's see if we can find more. Look at another price cut here, another price cut here, another price cut here. Look at this. Unbelievable, you guys. It's happening once again. Look at that. It's just the list goes on and on. Price cuts everywhere right now. And please listen to me very carefully. In a normal market, we don't see this until usually kids go back to school. Y'all, we're not even through typical summer home buying, and they're already cutting prices because their incentives are no longer working. This is absolutely great news, because what do we know about the inventory for new home sales? They must sell their inventory no matter what the conditions of the market. So they will always be forced to sell. So let's just start with median sales price for houses sold in the United States. And this is going to be both resale and new homes. And the interesting thing about this data set here is this is showing median sales price quarter over quarter. Now, Q2 was updated. This was updated July 26th, you can see right now. And I just wanted to point out that when we look at median sales price on a quarter over quarter basis, there has been no improvement. Essentially, home prices have been going down this entire time. And let me zoom in so you guys can really see that. Do you see that? And here's where Q2 updated. So we're not even showing home prices increase on a quarter over quarter basis. Did y'all know that? So what's with all the narrative that is basically saying that home values are only going up when the reality is, no, they're not. They haven't even hit last year's peak yet. Pretty crazy. Let's go back to the charts. So now here's our Fred median sales price only for new homes, you guys. And I just wanted to point out that, there's a massive bubble right here. You guys see that massive bubble right there? Now we peaked, and this is new homes only. We peaked around October, okay, of 2022. And pretty much it has been a straight downward spiral for new homes. And I also want to go and make a point that right now, as far as new homes, you guys, the loss of value right now on average, 16%. Right now, why aren't people paying attention to this? Remember, my definition of a crash is 15%. So new home prices right now are crashing by my own definition. Do y'all see that? Is that not remarkable? The media and our industry professionals aren't talking more about this? This blows my mind, you guys. And y'all look at this. This is the Fred economic data monthly supply of new homes in the United States. And all of these charts really updated within the last few days, except for 2 of them. But y'all, if price decline wasn't enough, look at how much supply are in new homes right now. And if you're watching this, I can only hope that you're in a metro area like I am that is surrounded by new homes. You guys, new home supplies right now is 7.4 months. We need 6 months, okay, for a buyer's market. So right now in new homes, there is an absolute buyer's market. And the thing is, listen to me again carefully. You guys, we're not even through summer yet. So the fact that prices are going down, these crazy buying incentives are there, and yet the supply for new homes remains well above the 6-month definition of the buyer's market is telling us that the music is ending with new home builders. They're about to wake up to the reality, which is they have been overbuilding for the last 2 years. Let me show you. And this may be the most shocking data set of all. This is the data set showing what's currently under construction. So we have this price crashing going on, inventory skyrocketing. We have insane buying incentives that are no longer propping up the prices and really haven't since October. And yet there is more homes under construction right now than in our history as a nation. And this chart, you guys, goes back to the 1970s, again, all the way to the 1970s. Look at how many homes are under construction. And all this is going to do is continue to dump more and more inventory on the market. So if we do hit the recession this year, we do have the job loss, the housing market crashes like we all think it is, that inventory that you guys see right there under construction is going to be the fire sale deals that we get so long as we are prepared on the sideline. Now, I understand institutional investors, there's blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'm thinking about myself, and I'm trying to put myself in a position to where I can buy my dream home. And I really hope you guys are doing that as well, because look at, once again, we have almost 1.7 million homes being built right now. Now, that also includes commercial multifamily. But if we lose the rental market, which it looks like we are starting to, that's another factor that will completely crush the housing market. So all in all, I don't get it. The amount of homes under construction right now, shocking. And that's not all. Let's take a look at how many homes are being started as well. All right, so here's our housing starts. This is going back to the 1990s right here. You guys can see that. Now, the housing starts are not at the peak of where we were at in 2006, right before the great financial collapse. But I just wanted to point out, even though we're right here, that's still a lot of homes that are being started. That's 1.4 million houses. So a lot of people are like, where are we going to get the inventory? New home sales? Well, people are like, all right, fine. Well, where are we going to get the forced selling? New home sales. So we have a crazy amount of stuff going on with new home sales. And I'm not talking about divorces or job relocations. That's an additional amount of forced selling. And this is where we peaked right around here. So we are a little bit down from peak, but nevertheless, you guys, I believe, can start to see that the problem with new home construction and the headwinds is only going to be compounding as we move throughout this year. But let me show you guys one more article, because again, for the first time in a very long time, median sales price is lower for new homes than it is for resale. That's going to lead to price decline in the resale market, because those homeowners will have to compete with new home builders. And the reality is they can't compete with new home builders. This is just a brief snippet from Wolf Street. This was put out July 26th, so about a week ago. Now, the name of this article is Prices of New Houses Drop Below Prices of Used Houses for the First Time Since 2005. That is a huge deal. Builders have to build and sell homes no matter what the market conditions. More price cuts may be needed to get this moving. Y'all hear what's going on right now? I mean, geez. Cut the price and they will come. We've already seen they're cutting the prices and they are not coming. Home builders have been cutting prices. They've been building at lower price points. They've been buying down mortgage rates, and they've been throwing incentives into the mix as their costs have come down from the spike in 2021 and in 2022, and as the supply chain chaos has largely faded and endless delays have ended. They're doing this because the 7% mortgage rates have slashed demand at sky-high prices, and builders have to build and sell homes no matter what the market condition. The median sales price of new single-family houses sold in June dipped down to $415,400, down by 16% from peak and down 5% year over year. There's a lot going on in the housing market right now, and we all pretty much, I believe, understand all of the arguments with supply and demand. Okay, we understand that, but I'm here to tell you that there are other factors. I'm not saying that inventory and supply is not important. It's vital, you guys. It is vital that we get inventory and supply back, because we need to maintain a balanced housing market. But what we see here is two additional factors that are combating basically the rules of supply and demand, which is essentially equity run up, breaking fundamentals, not being based on sustainability, and number two, unaffordability. So with the equity run up and with the unaffordability, prices will automatically go down as soon as that toxic home buying and the fear of missing out home buying stops. Now, in conclusion, when all is said and done, this should be extremely good news if you're on the sideline, whether forced out or whether you're deciding to stick it out. Because again, this is more and more proof that the longer that we wait, the better deal that we will get. But we don't want to wait too long. We don't want to get trapped renting. So we, in my opinion, need to understand what it is we're looking for in the housing market, because we don't want to time the bottom. We want to find something that we love with the deal that we love, and we want to get it, we want to execute, we want to close. So I really hope that you guys are staying involved in your local housing market and you're figuring out what's going on. But other than that, I really hope you guys got some additional new perspective, insights, and value. And if you're out there investing in real estate, you guys know I wish you luck, and I hope you win.